Hello everybody, welcome back to a new video on my YouTube channel. I'm Nicholas and I got home around an hour ago or so from a very long day at work, which also happened to be my 24th birthday. Yeah, you may have seen my community update. It's now already 1 a.m. on the 28th, means my birthday is already over. You know, the older you get, the more, better said, the less exciting slash special the birthdays become. You know, will luckily be able to celebrate it more alongside my mother's birthday next week. Just want to take the quick time to say once again thank you for all the birthday wishes. Most importantly, just want to say that I'm both thankful and grateful about being able to live the life I'm currently living, which is filled with a lot of joy, even throughout all the bad days or days where it may not feel that way, because from my family that I love so much to my pet that's been by my side for now half my life, to so much music, so many video games that I can look forward to and enjoy every single day. It could be so much worse, and I just, yeah, want to express how thankful I am that I'm able to do the things I love, which is sit here now at 1 a.m. in the morning and just talk about video games that I love. And in this case, it's about Until Dawn. We're 1 week away from the release of the remake. I'm super excited to finally play the game that I love so much myself. And I thought about making this an edited video at first, but let's just make it a fun little talking type of video, because the achievement list has been revealed. And it's different to the original, very different in fact. There were a lot of achievements that are still in the game that I knew from back then. Some were removed and new ones were added, some of which were really interesting. So I thought, let's lean back a little bit, go through each of them, and just discuss. Yeah, like a little talk, like a little small talk face to face. I think that's a bit more fun than a 5-minute edited video where you can't see me, right? So yeah, like mentioned, a lot of achievements remained, and these are those ones. The Symphony of Horror, which is just getting all the trophies, obviously. The Wolfy one remains, of course, the Skillful Wolfman, we love to see that. The Tale of the Two Sisters, all twins clues, still the same. This is the end. Nobody survives. They all live, that is our goal, yeah. If I don't manage to get everybody out alive out of that Until Dawn playthrough next week, despite knowing everything, then I'm actually just cursed. Yeah, because again, we have yet to play through one supermassive game blind without having everybody die or anybody die. So yeah, if we fail that next week, then I genuinely don't know. Then obviously the clues for Mystery Man in 1952 as well. Attack the Psycho, and you let the wrong one in as the curse opened the trapdoor. These are the ones that remain. These are the ones you could get back then, and these are the ones you can still get now. Then there's also, and have the same name, because then there's 3 that are also the same but have new names. From Scream 2 to Saw That Coming with Mike cutting off his finger. Ashley Snaps to Nightmare on Ash Street. Ashley That Chris Died. It's, you know, just a bit more of a fun name. And Night of the Totem Hunter to An Open. Find all the totems. You know, nothing crazy. Now we're about to get to something much more interesting. By the way, obviously I didn't say it in the beginning, but, you know, spoilers if you don't know about the game or anything. I think that was clear, so, you know. Yeah, obviously we have a lot of spoilers here. But by that title and by, yeah, I hope I really didn't spoil anything for anybody here. The game's been down for 10 years, come on. Now we get to achievements that were removed. Interestingly enough, these achievements are no longer in the game. Pay the Grudge, Chris shot Ashley, that's no longer a thing, which is obviously just hypothetical anyways, you know, because you can't actually shoot Ashley. Exorcism of Emily's no longer in it either. You could shoot Emily as Mike, that no longer works. Instant Inferno is gone, which is kind of unfortunate because there was that achievement that so many players ended up getting that just didn't think it through and actually just got everybody else killed. Hence, Instant Inferno was kind of an iconic one, so unfortunately that one's gone. Let M in, Mike let Emily stay after being bitten, no longer a thing. Then the girls all lived, the guys all lived, the Daughters of Darkness, the Quicker Man, that's also gone as well. Mostly because you would just get both of them if you just got everybody out anyway, so it's a bit of a, you know, and very rarely would you have it that's actually by accident you'd only have the guy survive or you'd only have the girl survive. And Don't Scare Jessica to Death, Jessica Survived the Game is also out, which is intriguing, because why specifically that one? I mean, the fact that Jessica had one on her own was already, you know, but maybe there's something new to all of that, because now we get to new achievements. Some of them seem pretty clear, some of them seem pretty interesting. And you see, it's a lot. So we have Only Others Left Alive, Matt and Jess Sole Survivors. That is interesting. Now, obviously, Matt and Jess were always separated from the crew. Yeah, they were the only ones not present at the lodge, which is also probably why they actually removed this, so they just kind of put it together with this one here. I find this cool, because again, Matt and Jess are very separated. I just hope that making this an extra achievement means that it will also get... yeah, that this is where we maybe get something new. I really, really hope so, that in that final chapter, Matt and Jess get a little bit more. It would really, really be appreciated. Though, once again, it's intriguing that it says Soul Survivors. It means everybody needs to die in the lodge, but those two need to make it out. Fatal Destination, obviously a reference to Final Destination. Try to Change the Past. I think this is supposed to be about when you try to replay the prologue or something. I think was Dr. Hill. Didn't Dr. Hill have a voice line like that back in the game where he says something about not trying to change the past? I think this is just about trying the game again. Patient Cemetery. Mike picked up the odd figurine. Not sure what's up with that. This might be new, because again, while there won't be many new scenes outside of the prologue, we do know that there will be new collectibles, new smaller areas, nothing in the size of a sanatorium or the mines, but new things to collect and look out for, which is also going to make this playthrough so exciting for me, because again, I've seen all of it so much, but like if there's new stuff there, it's going to be really intriguing. So I'm not sure, you know, if this is something new. Blackwood Country, Respect the Wildlife. Obviously there's the entire thing about you're not supposed to hurt the animals, you're not supposed to, you know. And I'm wondering in what way this is exactly to be meant. If it's about just one occasion, like shooting the squirrel or not, or attacking the deer or not, you know. Or if it's for, probably for not attacking the animals at every occasion, so you them alone every single time. When a Psycho calls, Sam escapes the Psycho, so, you know, makes sense. When Sam escapes the Psycho in chapter 6, she makes it out without getting captured, makes sense. An American survivor in Canada, Mike escaped the sanatorium. That is interesting, because that is something that technically happens every time, unless there's a very specific way for it to happen, like that he needs to, you know, make it out fully cleanly without failing a QTE or something in the sanatorium. I don't know, because technically this is one of those that you would get anyways all the time, because Mike always makes it through the sanatorium. Or maybe not. Why else would this be an achievement now? Will they remove the plot armor from Mike? Maybe not. Maybe this is also only if he actually escapes it on his own, because if you do fail, he doesn't die, but Sam needs to rescue him, so then maybe it wouldn't work. We'll see. By the way, when we actually knew about new achievements getting added a while ago, but everybody thought because it were like 10 or so, that it would be just the chapters, you know, that you get one for completing the chapters and all the blah blah blah. Now we know that's not the case, which is really, really nice. Next one is Drag Me Through Hell. Mike saved Jess without failing any QTEs. This is very similar to the one in the Quarry with Ryan saving Nick. Similar thing, very similar situation actually, where Ryan needs to go through the forest in basically the same way that Mike did, in order to get there quick enough, and it actually mattered if you were fast enough or not, even more so for Mike and Jess. So that's another thing here as well. 1 hour selfie, take a bad selfie with Jess. That honestly, I'm not 100% sure about. Because either I'm completely losing it, or I can't remember a time where, by the way, my face is so lit up because of the white of the, you know, but at what point did she take a selfie? Take a bad selfie with Jess. Or selfie. I might be forgetting a scene here, actually. especially the early chapters were the ones I often skipped. Okay, when I like watch a playthrough of somebody, for some I watched the full thing, for others I tuned into chapter 4 when shit goes crazy and whatnot, so maybe there was something back in the first 3 chapters that I missed there. But otherwise, this might be something new that, you know, talk to him. Emily slapped Ashley, obviously that's very iconic, so getting that to happen is really, really cool, even though this is something that doesn't always need to happen, so, you know, some of these are definitely unique and probably, like, need to be done specifically, yeah. Lodge Fever. Matt and Emily confront Mike and Jess. I think this is for chapter 2, where you as Matt can decide if you help Emily confronting Mike and Jess. So this is an achievement, you know, where you just need to do a dialogue choice. The Cabin in the Black Woods, that is a nice reference to The Cabin in the Woods. Incredible movie. One of my favorite horror movies of all time, actually. It's so freaking entertaining. Huge recommendation if you haven't checked that out yet. Which I would be surprised about, because honestly I think it's one of those horror movies that every horror fan should watch, I think. But yeah, complete the game, sure. I Know What You Did Last Year, another reference where I Know What You Did Last Summer, completed prologue. Our host, Psycho's identity is revealed, which is something that will happen every single time. But this is the one that I wanted to talk about, because this one is the most interesting. We need to talk about Josh. Achieve the best ending for Josh. And this is interesting, because what does the best ending mean? Because in the original, there were 2 endings for Josh. Number 1, you don't find the diary from Hannah, due to which Josh would find out that the Wendigo is Hannah, or at least does it too late, because of which Hannah crushes his head and he dies. If you do find it, and tell him that the Wendigo is Hannah, he will be able to call her out quick enough. Hannah will actually realize, oh my god, that's my brother, despite, you know, being a Wendigo, which means that her sanity is still in there, due to which she leaves him alive, due to which, later on, in the final scene of the game, he will actually become a Wendigo himself, as he submitted to cannibalism. And obviously neither of those endings are best, so this makes me wonder, is one of the 2 getting labeled as best in sense of it's best for him to survive even though he becomes a Wendigo, or is it best for him to die so that he doesn't become a Wendigo? Or is there actually the possibility that we get a 3rd and new ending for Josh? Because I say it like this, I don't think it's necessary. Like, you didn't need Rami Malek, or, you know, to make a new scene for that. I don't think you do. Obviously, voice line wise, sure, but like, I'm pretty sure that even without new voice lines, you would be able to, with just some new mocap, or, you know, to come up with a new ending. Maybe something like, you know, where depending on some other choices you made, maybe the body of the flamethrower guy won't be there, down there, and because of that, there isn't actually a body for Josh to eat, hence he can, you know, submit to the cannibalism. Or maybe something entirely else. Yeah, and I feel like that is really freaking interesting, and I really, really hope, actually, this has actually been a very interesting discussion generally for the Until Dawn community, because some people want a ending for Josh where he actually survives, so neither dies or turns into a Wendigo, while others like me think it's actually part of his character arc, that he doesn't have a good ending, that there's actually, you know, this tragedy to it where he either fully dies or he becomes a monster himself, you know. I feel like that was kind of the beauty, the dark beauty of his character writing. But obviously, it would be very intrigued to see what they would come up with. Unless, like mentioned, best ending is just meant for one of the 2. Which one though? I wouldn't be able to tell. Yeah, what would you consider the better ending for Josh? Surviving but becoming a Wendigo, or dying but, you know, not being a monster? This is definitely the achievement that intrigues me the most, because I really want to know what's up with that. This one would be really, really fun. And the final 3, just brief. Emily or Matt used the flare gun as a weapon. That's actually not too simple. I remember, and I think that's honestly the one situation that I definitely want to keep track of myself again, or like check out before and again. Because I remember that the choice line with the flare gun was actually so complicated for some reason. Where depending on your choices, you could shoot it beforehand and then you can use it to defend yourself and whatnot. Because if you want Matt to, or Matt to be still on Emily's good side. He needs to try to save her, but if he do that, then he needs a flare gun, otherwise he dies. So, you know, that was always like the trade. Because if you then don't have the flare gun as Emily, you wouldn't be able to do the entire thing with the, you know, to save yourself from the bite. So I feel like for a playthrough, it's most entertaining to go that route. Matt gets a flare gun and then defends himself down there, while Emily then gets bitten, and then you have the entire showdown in the cellar. Because it was always that way that then Mike tries to shoot Emily, and even if he doesn't, the relationship goes down. Yeah, that's like the thing with Emily. Either Matt or Mike's relationship gets fucked into the ground nonetheless. So yeah, this is, you know, typical. Carnival of Solitude is also interesting. Shake the Snow Globe. What Snow Globe? That's new. Yeah, might really be just, maybe it's just another item in the prologue or somewhere else. Maybe similar to the figurine here, where it's a new collectible that you can find somewhere that might have some interest. And it's shining. Find the new interactables. So there is actually a complete achievement for all the new collectibles. We obviously have everything for the clues, for the clue lines. Then we obviously had the ones for the totems. And now one for all the new interactables. How many that will be, we don't know. Will I find every single one of them right away? Not sure, because again, it depends probably on what route you take, or like what you know, who you put where, and what choices you make, but we'll see. But yeah, that's the last new achievement. Again, this one right here, incredibly intriguing. I really want to know what's up with that. Again, it might really be just that they decide for one of the two actual endings he got to be that best ending. We might actually get something more. And again, the snow globe, the art figurine, these are also definitely some things that feel very intriguing. And yeah, I'm definitely going to be platinum this game. I mean, Steam, so you know, actually do I have PlayStation account, so I will platinum it alongside with it, but I definitely will get all of this done. And I actually believe you can do this. I think you can 100% the achievements in 2 playthroughs, right? I think you actually need 3 minimum. Or you do 2 full playthroughs, but then do a restart in the 10th chapter. So that you first we do the one where everybody survives, then we do a second one where everybody dies, and then you can do a replay of the 10th chapter so that you can make Matt and Jess survive, but then let the others die, so you get the achievement with Matt and Jess being the sole survivors. Because otherwise, I feel like, yeah, you then can 100% do everything else in, you know, the other 2 playthroughs. Even though I believe you can probably do them all in one. Like all of those here, I think are definitely doable within 1 playthrough. It's really just about those everybody survived, everybody died type of achievements where it really wouldn't work. Wait, even though, you could technically have everybody survive to chapter 10, and then just replay chapter 10 twice. One where everybody survives and then one where everybody dies. Because, oh wait, no, I think if everybody makes it to the launch in the end, I think Chris always makes it out alive then. Never mind. Yeah. Chris has that extra plot armor at the end, where he will always run out first, so he's always safe if he makes it to the final chapter. Then, just play chapter 9 or something, I don't know, let him get killed by the chapter, I don't know. But okay. This, like mentioned, as a little chill bonus, unscripted, uncut video here. Just felt like talking about the game a little bit more before then. Like mentioned, next week we will finally be able to play it. I will unfortunately have to work that day, but luckily it's only a shift late in the evening. I will be able to play the prologue right away when it releases. Then I have to do my shift, and then when I get back home I will be able to, well, continue and do some other chapters. Yeah, I'm very excited for it all. I hope you guys are as excited for it as I am. I wanted to do the AI Isolation playthrough up until then, but I just haven't gotten to play it anymore. It's whatever, we see. But nonetheless, I hope you guys enjoyed this little video. Please tell me all your thoughts about this down below as well. Would love to have a discussion. And other than that, I hope you have a wonderful start into your weekend. And I see you soon with the Until Dawn remake.